Hey, this is Pokeball 35, and it is 10:18 in the morning, which means the Sakurai presentation has already happened. I have not looked at anything. I literally just woke up, saw the time, didn't check any of my notifications, went straight to my computer, and here we are. So I went into an incognito tab, went into YouTube, searched Sakurai Presents Terry, found the link to the stream, copied it, put it into a new tab on my actual browser. So you get to see the chat and stuff too. So this is a long presentation. Right here is where it starts at 29:31, and it goes on. So I got water next to me. I'm hungry. I literally just woke up, but I want to get this out of the way first. If there's anything worthwhile showing, I'll post this video, or I'll probably just post this video anyway, I don't know. So, yeah, let's, you get to deal with Bedhead and me. Again, I literally just woke up. It's been like 2 minutes since I woke up. Let's do it.
Hello everyone, this is Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited. The Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game was recently honored with 5 awards at this year's Japan Game Awards. It's received a great many awards on top of that as well.
Damn.
Each award is very meaningful to me, so I would like to take the opportunity to extend my thanks to all those who have voted and to all those who have supported us. Thank you so much.
Look at you go.
Without further ado, let's begin the presentation. First, we'll start with what the Neo Geo is. It refers to a 1990 video game console for use in arcades and at home, as well as to the name of the system itself. In 1990, the equivalent to the Super NES had only just released in Japan, so if you wanted to play arcade games at home before then, the only option was to play the less polished ports on the Nintendo Entertainment System. However, with the Neo Geo system, you could play the arcade versions of games at home with no drop in quality. 1990 was right around the year that I started.
Since I actually paused this, I actually didn't know that. I know nothing about the Neo Geo. I just know that their games exist and they were on the Wii Virtual Console.
Working for a game company. Back then, Japan had rental services for arcade games. In other words, you could go to a rental store, rent an arcade game, take it home, and play it. After that, they were sold for home use, but a single game would cost about 30,000 yen. That's expensive.
You gonna give us the
But if you
conversion?
think about it, compared to playing a game in the arcade 300 times at 100 yen per play, you're getting your money's worth. At the time, some people actually thought this was cheap.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, there really are people who've played games in the Super Smash Bros. Series 1,000 or even 10,000 times. Anyway, the MBS, as it was called then, was sold in various places, and for an arcade machine, it wasn't all that expensive. You could also get them on lease.
It's pretty neat.
That's why you'd end up seeing lots of candy stores having a Metal Slug cabinet. The home version of the Neo Geo came with this controller. Can you see? It has 4 buttons. And this is the actual console itself.
Damn.
Here is the reset button, and here you slot in the big game cartridges.
Things be massive.
This is the Neo Geo. Just kidding. Actually, this is the Neo Geo X, the portable version that was released afterward. You could also insert it into this docking station and play it as a home console.
Oh, that's what that means then.
Beat Nintendo Switch to it. A portable, multi-purpose console. Updated iterations of past systems are emblematic.
Man,
of
it's the
Neo Geo.
original Switch. Look at that.
Next, let's talk about what Fatal Fury is. It released in 1991, the same year as Street Fighter II, but this one came later.
I'm still trying to make sure
It
this
launched
isn't loud,
after
because it's still
Street
loud
Fighter
for me.
II. Like many of the other fighters, Fatal Fury was often regarded as a title that was developed to capitalize on the popularity of Street Fighter II, but that's not really the case. Actually, both Street Fighter II and Fatal Fury were developed using the original Street Fighter as a foundation.
That's cool.
In fact, the development of Fatal Fury was started by one of the planners of Street Fighter.
Again, also, I know nothing about Terry. I've never played.
Did I just hear you
Excuse
say
me.
wow?
I haven't played a single
This one is also
game
a
in
multiplayer
Fatal
focused
Fury,
fighting
so...
game. In the story, someone named Jeff Bogard is killed by Geese Howard. Geese Howard starts up a fighting tournament in Southtown, which he runs. To avenge his father's death, Terry enters the tournament, which is known as King of Fighters. I mentioned the term King of Fighters, something you may have heard before. Yes, there's actually a popular series called The King of Fighters, and that series was named after the fighting tournament within the world of Fatal Fury.
Neat.
And Terry Bogard, who is the protagonist of Fatal Fury, also appears in all the games in the King of Fighters series as one of the main characters. If you want to play a game from either of the Fatal Fury series or the King of Fighters
Make sure I'm
series,
recording.
many of them are available now on Nintendo Switch as part of the Arcade Archive series. You may not know which one to play first, but my recommendation from the Fatal Fury series would be Fatal Fury Special. From the King of Fighters series, my recommendation would be the King of Fighters 95. But if you want to play a fighting game with all sorts of strategic elements, then I recommend the King of Fighters 98.
I thought I was going to say, if you want to play a strategic fighting game, pick up Smash Ultimate.
I'll give you some insight on Terry Bogard. Actually, this video was recorded about 1 month prior to its release.
Bruh.
That's because we need to translate and edit videos like this one, and that takes time. The game footage you see here is not from the final production ROM, so please understand that there may be some elements that differ from the final game.
I mean,
Since
I
we
guess.
have the opportunity, I want to talk about Terry using a lot of SNK lingo, meaning in this discussion, the younger generations may feel a little out of the loop.
Oh my god, Sakurai's a boomer. Boomer Sakurai.
But there's nothing to worry about. When we released the original Nintendo 64 version of Super Smash Bros., I was often asked, who is Samus? Whether or not the character is fun to play as is more important than whether the character is new or old, or whether the character is recognizable to everyone. I want to make sure I present Terry to you in such a way that you can fully understand his appeal. So thank you.
The whole chat's okay, boomer.
Okay, let's begin.
Current memes.
This is Terry Bogard in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, look at him.
He's still
He's
wearing an
also
outfit
pretty
that
good.
reflects the era of his original game, but we did our best to make him look cool in a variety of ways. When he stands next to Ryu, it almost makes you wonder, is this really a Super Smash Bros. Game? Doesn't it? Just like Ryu, when you're playing one-on-one, he'll face the opponent. Actually, he always looks in the opponent's direction.
Oh boy, so wish I didn't know that. I liked playing Ryu a little bit. Ryu was never one of my mains in Smash 4. He's just a character I thought was pretty cool. And I also liked his orange outfit because everyone would meme that he's Goku. And then Ultimate came out and there's Ryu and Ken. And I really don't like the way they did this, where they always face the opponent, because then it makes some of my moves not happen. And I don't like that.
Even if you move him to a location behind the opponent, he'll quickly turn around, always keeping his focus on the opponent. Let's talk about his moves. His neutral attacks are jab, body blow, and high kick. Each move is something familiar from the Fatal Fury series. And his dash is power charge. This is a move you can use in Real Bout, Fatal Fury Special, and others. In the original series, it was one of his special moves. His tilt attacks are middle kick, rising upper, and under kick.
Fair
Compared
enough.
to Ryu, his attack speed is slower. This is to match his original series. Now for smash attacks. First up, backspin kick. This smash attack is the equivalent to his strong attack, but the motion is even cooler than in his original series.
It does look cool, yes.
Next, wild upper and slide kick. Both are from the original series. Then his midair moves. Jump, then chop. Jump, then kick. Jump, then backward kick.
Oh my god, he actually has a back air, wait a second.
And then somersault kick.
That's the thing I don't like about Ryu and Ken, is that if you jump and kick, you're not going to do a back air because you're not facing your opponent or something. It's something weird like that. But Terry's just kind of doing a back air. So like, yeah, sure. Yes, please.
However, this somersault kick was not included in the original series. But we needed a move to attack up.
Yeah.
So we created a new move.
Looks good though.
Also, jump and then karate punch for a down air attack.
Oh, it's
if you successfully pull off a down air, it's possible to attack with a meteor effect, as you can see here.
Same as Ryu.
It's basically like Ryu's.
Oh, there you
Next,
go.
I'll cover his throws.
It's basically
his forward
Ryu.
throw is his familiar buster throw. His back throw is also buster throw. And his down throw is neck breaker drop. In fact, he used it in the game Fatal Fury: Wild Ambition. I miss playing that game on Hyper Neo Geo 64. And then, his up throw is grasping upper. This sort of dodge attack can be performed after a spot dodge. I mentioned dodge attack, and this actually does exist. During a spot dodge, immediately press the button to counterattack.
That's nice.
During a dodge attack, your upper body becomes invincible, so this kind of move gives you the advantage when you counterattack.
It's only an uppercut move, but it's a...
Now for a special attack.
That's cool.
His neutral special, with just the B
It's a
button,
gun.
is Power Wave. Depending on how long you press the button, you'll use one of two types of special attacks, weak and strong. This one is weak and kinda slow, and this one is strong. Fast, isn't it? For Ryu, in his original game, you used 3 buttons, so there were weak, medium, and strong attacks. For Terry Bogard, you could use 4 buttons in his original game, but there were only 2 buttons for punch, so that's why he only has 2 attack levels, weak and strong. This rule applies to all of his special attacks, so please keep that in mind. By the way, the attack Power Wave is a move that shoots energy along the ground, but how does it look in the air? In his original game, you couldn't use this move in the air. This is how it looks now. As of the King of Fighters 96, the Power Wave ability had a shorter range, so we've recreated that version of the move. It's a useful move in midair and helps keep opponents in check.
That's pretty good.
Next, we have a special performed while holding in the direction of your opponent, Burning Knuckle. This move also has a weak and strong version, as well as a command input. Like the Hadouken command input from Street Fighter II, you perform this command using the directional inputs, down, to the side, in the direction of your opponent, and then press the button. Doing so makes the move a bit stronger.
That's the thing I like about Ryu and Ken, is that you can do their original button inputs from the original game and it'll make stronger attacks. It's just that I'm not good at inputting those, so Terry will probably be one of those characters I pick up to play because he first comes out, and then you just kind of push to the side. But I will definitely do his classic mode video and spirit videos and stuff, yeah.
Means that Burning Knuckle has 4 variations.
Wait, I gotta sneeze. Nope, it's gone.
Weak without command input, and strong without command input. Weak with command input, and strong with command input. The strong version using the command input is of course the most powerful. You'll hear a noise when you input the command. And if you've succeeded, you might also notice some green mixed in with the flames.
I do see the green.
It may be slight, but there is a difference. The strong version with the command input really is strong, even capable of KOing opponents.
I mean, all attacks are capable of doing
so
that.
be on the lookout for that. In such a case, you'll be left wide open. And this is a first for the Super Smash Bros. Series, but the side specials are split into 2 versions, a back special and a front special.
Ooh.
That means there's one more side special than usual, Crack Shoot. This is a familiar move from his original game. There's also a command input version.
Damn.
It's performed by using the directional buttons down to the back, followed by the A or B button.
Everyone in the chat's like,
The
what?
command version can launch your opponent quite a bit further.
Yeah, Terry's gonna be one of those characters that I'm not gonna be
Creates
good
a bit of
with.
an arc, so it can be used as an anti-air attack when your opponents try to hit you. At close range, if you happen to be blocked by a shield, it's hard to be counter-attacked because you'll pass through them. There's something I want you to remember. When you do a crack shoot off screen, this is how it will look. Terry swings with his whole body when using Burning Knuckle and crack shoot, so it can be hard to recover. However, if you keep pressing backwards without inputting commands, you should be able to initiate crack shoot in the direction you're trying to recover.
Gotcha.
Let me show you one more time. Do this, then continue to press backward. And then you can recover. If you press too quickly or input some commands, you'll fly right off the stage, so be careful. And this is his up special, Rising Tackle. It also has weak and strong versions, each with differing heights.
Don't tell me there's a command input for this one too.
And did you notice that if you hold down briefly to charge, your whole body glows a little?
Luigi?
In this case, your whole body will be invincible at the start. Either way, your legs will be invincible. Here's an example of this invincibility in action. With the standard Rising Tackle, I got completely wiped out when I threw myself at them. But with Rising Tackle's charged command version, you can't be hit at this moment,
Damn.
so you come out on top.
Look at that.
You can of course use Rising Tackle as a recovery as well.
Of course.
Even after using Burning Knuckle or Crack Shoot, you can still use Rising Tackle. This is also very helpful when you're trying to recover, so please keep that in mind. His down special is Power Dunk,
Ooh. I like
an
that
attack
move.
that rises and descends.
I think that move looks
This
dope.
side, down, diagonally down command input is also known as the Shoryuken command. If you can pull it off, you'll be invincible at the start of the move.
Ooh. Oh, there's a wall over there. Hello.
Also, you can hear a sound when it connects, but it might be tough to make out. Now, let's talk about canceling specials. I'd really like you to keep this in mind. First, if you use a special after attacking with a standard attack, the special won't come out until the move animation has finished. That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's what happens if you cancel out of it. At this moment here, if you've successfully entered a special command input, the rest of the animation will be cancelled, allowing you to attack again immediately.
Damn.
I'll do that again. Throw out a kick like normal. And once your leg extends, you'll perform the move.
Oh, I was yawning because I just woke up.
Set it up so that when you attack, you can go straight into a special. This will increase your offensive options. Please try this out. For example, neutral attack 1, 2, and power down. This is a bread and butter combo. Aside from that, you can also get Terry to fly out and attack in an M shape. In his original game, you could only cancel attacks on the ground, but in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's possible to cancel aerial moves. The types of aerial attacks that you can cancel are limited to things like neutral air attacks or down air attacks. But I think it would be wise to use these combos to expand your offensive options. And at last, the final smash. His final smash begins with triple geyser. Terry will shoot 3 geysers straight forward.
Well, you've missed with it twice, my dude.
However, if you think that's all, you're very mistaken.
Oh. Okay.
As you can see, if triple geyser connects, you'll follow up with power dunk and Buster Wolf. It's 3 moves in 1. It's a visually striking combo.
It looks nice.
You may be wondering what happened to his original super special moves. Yes, they're here too.
Oh.
With the usual rules, when
if he's gonna tell me that there are command input final smashes right now.
Terry's damage meter rises up to 100% or higher, and in stamina mode, when his overall HP drops to 30% or less, you'll see this go icon at the bottom of the
Go.
screen. At this point, if you enter the specific command, you can initiate the power geyser you see here. The command input is, if I borrow the way it's said in the original game, down, angle down, side, angle down, forward. Well, it's a bit complicated.
I'm never gonna get good with Terry.
Then backward, then forward.
I'm not even gonna try to get good with Terry. I'll stick with my usual
It is an
names.
action game after all, so you get to control the direction of your punch.
But he is
Right
very
or left.
well made, and I really
In that
like.
case,
I
no matter
like
which
what he
direction
does
you're
here.
going for, just swap the right input and left input. It's like this: downward, then backward, then forward.
This man
Or
looking like
down,
he's trying to
and
play the
then
Wind
opposite
Waker.
direction, if that's forward. And then there's his other super special move, Buster Wolf. You can initiate this one by repeating the Hadouken command input twice. Down to side, then down to side again.
No wonder this presentation's 45 minutes.
It can be rather difficult to pull off moves using the original game's command inputs, but you can also use simplified command inputs. In the case of Power Geyser, remember this: down, side, down, forward. As long as you input the command downward to the side, to the back, downward again, and then forward, you should be fine.
Okay.
In the case of Buster Wolf, it's simply down, side, side. That should be easier to remember. Even though the command input is complex, it can still be blocked with ease. Since these
I mean, at
moves
least it's
can
not
only
that
be
busted.
used when Terry has taken a lot of damage, you'll be in even more danger if your opponent blocks. So they're high risk and high return. Please save them for when you really need to make a last-ditch effort. You can use it again and again, but be careful. Your opponent may be able to predict your move and take action. Essentially, it's best to use it when it's least expected, or to cancel out of a combo, like this. For the taunts, I decided to match his original game. His up taunt is "Hey, come on," from the King of Fighters series. His down taunt spins his hat like in the Real Bout series. And his side taunt is "Stand Up" from Gutto, Mark of the Wolves.
Is that a JoJo reference?
I've demonstrated him using various special moves in the game so far, and you can hear his voice. Like that. We've incorporated both his longer remarks, like Power Wave, from older titles, and his shorter remarks, like Rock You, from newer titles. And here are his color variations. There's a good variety of colors available from across the series, and the cat design is slightly different in each version.
Wow.
They're based on his original games, and we've also included some from the King of Fighters 14 and the anime series.
Nice details. Terry
Sometimes he takes off his
wins.
cap too. For example, it happens during his victory pose. His cap also blows away when he is defeated in stamina mode.
Only in stamina mode.
The stage is called King of Fighters Stadium.
1 second. It's like not even half over. I've been recording. Actually, no, it is about half. I mean, I did pause a couple times, but I'm recording for 24 minutes.
It looks like one hardcore fighting coliseum. The text above the Jumbotron reads, King of Fighters, without the. When we talk about a game title, we need the up front, but the name of the tournament in the game's story is just King of Fighters.
You're right.
This is a very unique stage, and it follows some rules that haven't existed in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate before. First, the edge is walled off. In the Super Smash Bros. Series, you need to launch opponents off the stage. Here, however, the more damage a fighter has accumulated, the more the wall will visually react when they're launched into it. Can you see? Eventually, fighters will break right through the wall.
That looks cool.
There are fireworks in the background. Basically, this special feature allows you to KO an opponent only after they've accumulated enough damage. That way, you can enjoy the battle more like you would in a traditional fighting game. When you're close to the wall, it's possible to be KO'd even when your damage is low.
How low is he? Oh, he was at 59.
It's possible to be KO'd even when your damage is low. It's just like in regular stages. In the Real Bout Fatal Fury series, there was a feature in which the walls could be destroyed and players could suffer a ring out when they hit the wall. This isn't exactly the same, but we made it kind of similar to that. We hope you'll enjoy playing at this stage with all its special rules.
I want to try play on it. It looks dope.
By the way, there are guest characters in the background, right? Since we have the opportunity, I'd like to introduce them to you.
Cameos.
First up, Andy Bogard. He's the adopted...
There's a song in the game called Pasta. Mamma Mia.
brother of Terry Bogard. Both of them were adopted from an orphanage and raised by Jeff Bogard. However, while Terry's teacher was Jeff Bogard, Andy studied under Mai Shiranui's father. He uses the Koppoken fighting style. Joe Higashi. He's one of the three main characters from earlier games in the Fatal Fury series. He's the only one that doesn't have any connection to Geese Howard. He's a Muay Thai champion. Kung Fu Ru. He's the master of the Holy Fist of 8 Ways, and he also trained Jeff Bogard. He can enlarge his body as well. Billy Kane. He's been in many Fatal Fury games since the first one, and he's the right-hand man of Geese Howard. While he appears in the first game, his costume is based on his appearances in King of Fighters 97 onwards. You can't really see his back, but the no smoking symbol is definitely there.
Wait.
You can't really see his back, but the no smoking symbol is definitely there.
Sakurai says don't smoke. You're killing yourself if you smoke. Do not smoke. Smoking is bad.
Geese Howard. He's the big boss of Southtown, and he's the rival of Terry Bogard. Falling off of buildings is his thing. Rock Howard. His first appearance was Garo, Mark of the Wolves. He's the son of Geese Howard, and Terry actually raised him. That means his appearance in this game at this age with that look doesn't really jive with the timeline, but Smash is kind of like that to begin with, right?
Yeah. We got all the characters from everywhere,
he uses Taekwondo and considers himself a fighter for justice. His Ho'okyaku is very famous. Ryuji Yamazaki. His first appearance was in Fatal Fury 3, and he's a criminal known as Dark Broker. He's very selfish and sadistic. Blue Mary.
Ooh.
Her first appearance was in Fatal Fury 3 too. She uses combat sambo, and she's a good drinking buddy of Terry's. Those were the characters from the Fatal Fury series, but from here on, let me introduce characters from other series. Athena Asamiya. She's a Psycho Soldier. Psycho Soldier is a memorable game released around 1986, and it was the first title to feature a fully voiced theme song within the game. This epic song was also remixed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was recorded in both Japanese and English.
She cute.
Music start. Kyo Kusanagi. He's the protagonist of the King of Fighters series, and he uses the ancient martial arts Kusanagi-ryu. Speaking of the protagonist, there are differences depending on which version you're talking about, like Orochi and Nest. Anyway, he is forever a school kid. Iori Yagami. Originally, he was introduced as Kyo Kusanagi's rival, but when I first saw this character in the game at the time, due to his look and attitude, I thought, whoever created this character must be a genius. Goro Daimon. He's a judo gold medalist belonging to the Japanese team, and he likes to throw his opponents.
As many people
Chan
do.
Hohen and Choi Bonge. One is an escaped convict, and the other is a slasher.
Excuse me? I know nothing about this series, but I don't like the fact that there's a big fat man, like, sexily posing with a ball and chain, and Freddy Krueger looking ass, also sexily posing. I can't wait to see the chat's reaction to this.
They are currently undergoing rehabilitation under the previously mentioned Kim Kap-won, Ralph Jones, and Clark Still. Originally, they were main characters in the Ikari Warriors series before Neo Geo. They appeared as guests in the Metal Slug series too. Ryo Sakazaki, the protagonist of Art of Fighting. The original Art of Fighting was released just before Fatal Fury 2. That means it was the first game to implement a true super special move. How could I not include him? King. Her first appearance was in Art of Fighting, and she's a bouncer and bodyguard. She is a beautiful woman with an androgynous sense of style. Next, Yuri Sakazaki. She was kidnapped in the first Art of Fighting game, but after that, she trained hard and mastered Kyokugen Karate in just 1 year. In other words, she's a genius. So, as you can see, we've included many characters.
A lot of people.
A total of 20 characters.
That's,
you know, it's very
a lot.
cumbersome. I mean,
it's pretty cool,
it
though.
takes a lot of time. But so many people love each and every one of these characters, even outside the confines of their individual series, so we simply had to do our best by them. By the way, you may have noticed that a very important character from the Fatal Fury series was not included.
I don't know him.
Yes,
So
Mai
tell me.
Shiranui. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is for good boys and girls of many different ages, so we decided not to feature her. Please forgive us.
Apologies for seeing Google. Mai Shiranui. Oh. Oh. Oh, no wonder. Sakurai knows. Sakurai knows. Ooh. Let's bring up the Wikipedia page real quick. This one's safe for work, at least. There you go. Just right here. Just very woman-like. Alright, Sakurai, I see you.
Also, my music features a variety of tracks, and the music that plays affects which special guests will appear. For example, there's a track called Pasta, and when the music is playing, Andy Bogard will always appear. I hope you look forward to that as well.
Oh, the chat's reaction to having no Mai in the game. Or Mai's not in the game, rather.
Okay, I'm done providing information, so now let's jump into some actual battles.
But yet they feature Bayonetta, you right?
This time, I'm going to play the Terry route of Classic Mode.
Oh.
On top of that, I want to try and hit the highest intensity level.
That's why this presentation's 45 minutes long. Yeah. Instead of just doing a normal match, he just does classic mode. So for the sake of my content, I like to upload a video of his classic mode. So I don't really want to watch this, so I could play it for myself. But if you'd like to watch it, you could just search Sakurai Presents Terry Bogard, and you'll find it very easy. As much as I'd like to hear what Sakurai has to say, I'll watch this after I play Terry's classic mode. But
9? Yes, I did. That was hard work.
that was a second one.
Terry Bogard is really fun to play as, so I hope you enjoy playing as him in such situations. Next, let's talk about the music. This time we have something very special lined up for you. For instance, when we were deciding which songs to include in this set, we thought about concentrating on songs related to Terry, but there were a lot of big band style songs that didn't really fit the mood of battle. That aside, the music of SNK has always been great, right from the beginning.
I mean, this song sounds dope.
So this time, we selected tracks that could be called SNK style. Basically, we expanded the selection a bit to include series outside of just Fatal Fury and the King of Fighters. SNK songs have always been great, really. This was true before Neo Geo, and all the way from the old The King of Fighters.
Sad day for Final Fantasy VII.
The latest installment, The King of Fighters 14. We did a lot of digging around, and finally managed to narrow our many candidates down to 50 songs.
Narrow it down. Narrow it down. Narrow it down to 50 songs, huh?
We never intended to do something like this, of course. So we submitted our 50 proposals to SNK, expecting them to pick out maybe 10 or 20 that they considered acceptable. But they told us they were okay. As a result, we've pretty much added in 50 songs.
You son of a bitch.
Have a look at the list. That's how we ended up with the list we have, but we worked hard to deliver some of the best remixes.
Bruh.
This was a very special one-off case, and I don't think we'll be able to do the same for other series. To be honest, I think that being able to hear such a selection might make the Fighter's Pass worth quite a bit more than its price.
Absolutely.
I do hope you'll enjoy it.
F for Cloud.
Challenger Pack 4 comes with a Spirit Board too. The Spirit Board can be selected via the Spirits menu. Have a look at the background. If it looks familiar to you, you'll start feeling pretty nostalgic. Shinkiro-san's artwork is always so nice and vibrant, isn't it?
I mean, I see Mount Rushmore.
You can also look forward to mock tournaments featuring each of the characters. That old school Athena and Ralph and Clark artwork really is something. Now for the Mii Fighters. Please have a look.
Alright, so, Mii Fighter costumes. Nothing is going to top Sans. For me. Unless the Mallow and Kako Demon, I think is how you say it, leak gets confirmed here. Which would be pretty cool, which means we have a chance for Gino in the game. As a character. But that Sans announcement caught everybody off guard. I popped off. I couldn't feel my whole body for 3 minutes. And I got featured in a cool reaction compilation too, so... Mallow and Kako Demon. Mallow, just specifically Mallow. I mean, of course we'll get Mii outfits for SNK stuff. Sans 2. Sans 2. Everyone in the chat saying Sans 2. Jazz. I mean, of course, I expect all these... Oh, Akira's finally here? I thought we had Akira in the game. It took this long for them to add the Akira costume back? That was in Smash 4. And I think the Jackie one too, but I don't really remember. Oh, that's it! That's it! Leak's fake! Leak's fake. I mean, as many expected. I expected it too. But... Looks like I'm not getting them.
SNK was also involved with the Mii Fighter set this time, so it has a strong fighting game influence. It borrows a lot from the series Nakoruru comes from, like her wind slash attack, so I hope you'll enjoy those little details. Moving on to Amiibo, here's the new lineup.
Oh, yeah, those guys are coming out.
Simon, Chrom, and Incineroar. Each of these will be released on Friday, November 15th.
Kinda really want the Incineroar one, just cause Pokemon fan.
Next, let's
I also
discuss the
played Incineroar a little
details
bit.
of the updates. We've made some improvements to battle arenas.
Ooh,
First,
good.
we're making it so you can send messages to each other in a battle arena. The messages are preset. So there's that, and also, the player who created the arena can now change the rules. We've also added the option to play either Battlefield form or Omega form at random in the stage settings.
Good shit.
Aside from that, you can now pick Elite only as an arena type. Furthermore, Quick Play won't be the only way to play with people you don't know. As long as the arena type is set to public and no password is set, we've made it so anyone is now free to join. So I hope you'll enjoy that.
I thought that was the case already, though.
Terry is due for distribution on November 6th. If you have the fighters...
He's coming out today. I was really thinking it would be Friday. That would make the most sense. People would have a chance to play him. School's happening right now. So, like, it makes sense if it would come out Friday. Guess today. Guess I'm recording that later today.
Pass, you'll be able to get him straight away, or you can purchase him separately. Well, I think that wraps it up for our Terry Bogard showcase. I hope we were able to convey his appeal. By the way, his reveal trailer was aired in advance. It was created using SNK pixel art. The
It looks
complete
good.
version of it, including the gameplay portion, is finally ready.
Nice.
I'd like to show it to you after this. Now this is something of an inside story, but I of course wrote the plot for SNK's pixel art packed reveal trailer. When the invitation comes out, you might recall how it says, "Don't be late, S." That is not what I wrote. It makes me think, ugh, this is why I hate inside jokes. After leaving it to the staff, it snuck its way in there. I just want you to know that the S is also the Super Smash Bros. Series S. Well then, let's move on to the intro movie.
So it's the trailer we've already seen. But this time Sans 2 comes out. I mean, I guess I'll just let it play, whatever. Don't be late, Sakurai. Or Smash. He said it stands for Smash, not Sakurai. I mean, we've already seen this whole trailer, but... Whoa! I mean, now there's no surprise, unless Sans 2 happens. I mean, now I know who all these characters are. Terry Bogard.
Hey, cover! Are you okay? Hey, come on, come on!
Oh, Terry Kirby! Good trailer. And that'll be alright.
Crammed in a little.
Oh, nope, that's not it. Wait.
We crammed in a little too much content this time. Hopefully, I'll be able to make future showcases a little shorter.
That's it. That's what Sakurai was doing for 45 minutes. Instead of playing a single, like, 2-minute game, he decided to do the entirety of Classic Mode. So yeah, that's Terry Bogard, coming later today at the time of this recording, November 6th. I'm going to stop this here so I can put this up on YouTube. So yeah, I will. I have like 2 clips I need to export from my Switch to my computer. I have all my other clips exported, so I'm going to do that too today. And you can expect to see a Smash Bros. 5.0 montage video at some point in the near future. Tonight I will be recording the Terry Classic Mode and Spirits, and that'll probably go up tomorrow. So yeah, thank you very much for watching my reaction to Terry Bogard, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Mr. Sakurai presents Terry Bogard. I will see you later.